Hi everyone, welcome to NewLifeChannel, and in today's episode I will share with you my research about different religions. And when I was studying different religions to find the right religion for me, I found some stuff during that research, and because I was a Muslim and that was my religion, so I was seeing everything with that in my mind. So I found some similarities and some differences in all of them. I'll share all those with you today. So without further ado, let's start. So Islam has 5 pillars, which is Shahaada, Salah, fasting, Zakat, and Hajj, which in short form we say Kalma, Namaz, Roza, Zakat, Hajj. I will not discuss Zakat because that's like giving money, charity, and that's in all the religions. So I'll script with that. I will only discussing the 4 in this video. So the first one is the Shahaada, which is like La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. It turns out that there was a tribe of people that lived in Makkah at that time, because Makkah was like a center of trade, and people from different faiths used to come there every year, and they will bring their culture and their religion with them. And there Sabi'in, because there is not many Sabi'ins today, so it's hard to know exactly more detail about them, but based on the information that you will get online, was a type of people who believed in prophets from Adam till Noah, and I think Abraham as well, and they believed in one God. So they used to say La ilaha illallah. And there was a website there was this question. This guy said, like, did we copy the Shahaada from Sabi'in? And then this guy gives you the whole answer, where is you can go through it like yeah, in the Mosul there was a region they used to say La ilaha illallah, but it doesn't mean that we copied them. It means that the source was divine and all that. So you can read through the whole thing, but the whole point is, like, yes, there were people that used to say La ilaha illallah, and Muhammad added the Muhammad Rasulullah to it. So that was like information to me. You can Google it yourself as well and find out more about it. I was like, okay, yeah, fine, but let's continue. I continue with my research. The second is fasting. So Jews and Christians and people from different faith, they do fasting. So in Judaism and Christianity, there is a type of fast of like Daniel fast, where you will do it for like 24 hours or 48 hours, like 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. It's like day and night all included. So one type of fast is where Daniel fast is you're not going to eat cooked food, you will eat fruits and you will drink water, and you can do it continuously for as much as you want, but usually 1 to 3 days is fine. So imagine that you are not eating any oil, any spices, any fried stuff, none of that. Only fruits, and fruits are rich in vitamins. So if you don't give your body all these junk, none of that, for 2-3 days, just give it vitamin and water, what happens? Your body, your livers, your stomach, intestine, it's all being filtered with water, and it's getting rich vitamins, so it's going to be so good for you. So whenever God asks you to do something, there is a hikmah in it. Like when you do it, there is something good for you. You will get the results from it. And then also there is like water fasting. If you want to completely detox yourself, there it comes the water fasting, where you're not going to eat or drink anything, like no coffee, no tea, nothing, just water. And you can do it for like, you start at 9 o'clock today until 9 o'clock next morning. That will be 1 day, and then you can continue to another day. And There are actually water fasting centers around the world. They do that to detox and retreat. You can Google them. There might be some places near you. Even in India, they have, someone was commenting that in Kerala there is water fasting center. So basically in these centers, they will monitor your blood pressure and your blood sugar level. And so if you're planning to do it for 10 days, only water and no food and nothing else, then they have to monitor you to see how much nutrient your body has. Is it capable of or not? Or maybe in day 5, they'll be like, as I said, you've reached your limit, you have to break it. So that's why it's better to do it in the centers where you have equipment, that there's someone to keep an eye on you and make sure it's there. But it's really good for your body. So it's like filtering and cleaning and cleansing. And your whole body, it's not just you. So when the body is getting water, your whole body is thanking God. The whole body is saying Yahweh and praying God and thanking God. So it's your connection with God. What's the point of fasting? So the whole soul of fasting is, for example, there's one more fast where you're only going to eat the breakfast and no lunch and dinner until next morning. Then you can have breakfast again, but you can drink water during that. And there is no hard and fast rule in Christianity so far that I've known. I don't know about, like, there are different types of Christianity, how everyone does, but so far I know that there is no strict rules about something. The whole point is that you're going to take something out of your life and bring God instead of it. So if I only had breakfast and I'm not going to have any lunch or dinner, that means no grocery shopping, no cooking, no eating. So I've saved all this time. What I'm going to do in this time, I will bring God in my life. I will replace food with God. So I will read Bible, I will listen to some holy music, sit in some corner of the house and pray and meditate and talk with God, like all the problems or the suffering, anything that you can't share with anyone, you will just share it with God and you will feel so relieved. And like, imagine you connect with a friend after a long time and you tell her everything that's going on and all that. It's like catching up with everything, and then after that, how much closer you feel to that friend. So bringing God in your life and giving time to God, that is the main reason of fasting. It's not just for your health. You are worshipping God and you're bringing God to your life. That's the whole point. And you're not supposed to tell anyone about it, that you're fasting. It's between you and God. You did it because you love God, and you pray to God, and you're worshipping God. You're not doing it to show off. If you are fasting, so you can tell people, oh, I'm fasting, I'm so good, then it defeats the purpose. So that's why God does not want you to tell anyone that you are fasting. It's between you and God. And that's why these other religions, they do fast, but they don't advertise it like, oh, Ramadan Kareem is coming, it's also on calendar, the whole world knows about it. Imagine your friend, your sister, okay? You ask money from your sister, like, give me $10,000, for example, yeah? And you're like, I will return it back to you. And she tells everyone in the family, my sister needed money and I gave her the money. How good am I? She puts it on Instagram. She calls her relatives and tells them, like, I gave my sister £10,000. How your sister would feel about you. Everybody else would be like, you defeated the purpose. Like, you did something good. It should have been between you and her and behind closed doors, but you advertise it the whole world, and then the next day your sister will come and throw that 10,000 at your face, and she would never ask you ever again for anything because you humiliated her. You've told the whole world about it. You made such a big deal out of it. It's not a good deed anymore. It's a show off. So please, so that's the thing. It's between you and God. You're doing it for your connection and for your worship, and that should be the main reason for your fasting. Or if you're doing it as like you don't believe in religion, just you're doing it for your body and stuff, then it's just good for nutrient. But the whole point is, if God is asking you to do something, there is hikmah in it. It is good for you. If you're not gonna eat for the whole day and you're watching like how many hours left until I can eat and drink, then your body, if the body does not get water, the body is not doing Allah Allah. The body is not doing God God. The body is doing water 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 water. It's not worship. and then suddenly you are stuffing your face with all the food and water, you are actually destroying your body. Your body will become weak, there will be so much pressure on your stomach. It's not good for your health. This is not how you're supposed to do it. That's what I learned. It was really eye-opening for me, and I found out about that. Okay, moving on. That was about the fasting. Then Salah, the Namaz, the prayer. So Zoroastrianism is called like the father of monotheistic religions because this is even older than Judaism. So the Prophet Zoroaster, if you usually Google about it, you will see that he looks like this and like with the wings and stuff, because he had a journey where he went to the skies, he went and met with God, and in that journey, he found two things. I'll explain the later one afterwards, but first was like he was given the prayer that you should pray or meditate or worship 5 times a day. And you can see the timings. Look at this on the screen. The timings of Muslim prayers and Zoroastrian prayer is the same. Why Zoroastrians pray at this time? Like it's like morning, noon, afternoon, evening, night. Why? Because they pray facing the sun. Their qibla, as you call it, is the sun. So if the sun is moved, then you will pray at this direction. As the sun moves, you move. And you will pray at that time according to sun. Why? Because sun is the greatest source of energy, and the fire cleanses, fire is clean, fire is holy. So they worship facing the sun. So that's why their prayer times is all based on sun. And it makes sense because their qibla is sun. So of course they're going to do it according to the sun. And that's why sometimes they call Zoroastrianism like semi-polytheistic based on the worship process they do. But so, okay, their one makes sense because it is according to the sun, to be around the sun timetable. It makes sense. Why Muslims are praying according to the sun? Okay, then you'll be like, what about Christians? Then how do they pray? Well, Christians, they pray anytime they want, in any direction they want, because God is everywhere and God is present all the time. So whenever and wherever you want to pray God in any direction, you can pray. You can worship. That makes more sense to me, personally. You can think whatever you want. Okay, then let's come to the Hajj. Okay, so this one, I can do like one whole video on different rituals of Hajj, but let's stick to the few parts for the sake of this video, because I don't want this one to be more than it should be. Okay, so there is this rock of stone, this one, which you can see in this image, which is in Mosque Aqsa. And there used to be the old Jews temple used to be there, and it's believed that Abraham sacrificed his son Isaac on this stone. So when I saw this and I find out about it, and then it's still the holy place and stuff, and I was like, okay, if the stone where Abraham sacrificed his son is in Jerusalem, in the mosque where now there is a huge fire and like battle and all that, what is it that Muslims are hitting when they go for Hajj? See this? Because why? When you go for Hajj, there is 3 places where the story is that when Abraham was taking his son to sacrifice him on the mountain, devil came to him 3 times and told him, do not sacrifice your son. Are you crazy? Gonna sacrifice your own son? Don't do it. He came 3 times. And Abraham hit him with a stone, like, go away, Satan. So every time a Muslim man goes for Hajj, then he hits Satan 3 times with a stone. So I was like, and if you see the direction, let's see this one. Let's bring this one to the front. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this one. If you see the distance between the Jerusalem mosque and the Kaaba, Mecca, it takes, if you were to walk it, because at that time there were camels and there was no cars and airplanes and stuff. So if you were to walk it, the distance, it will take you 30 days, like a month. It will take you a month for Abraham to take his son from Mecca all the way to Jerusalem to sacrifice him. So it does not make sense that why devil came like 30 days before to tell him don't do it. Doesn't add up. Which means that it didn't. And then I researched it more and find out that actually Muslims think that it was not Isaac, but it was Ishmael, his son. Abraham had two sons. One was born from his slave woman, Hagar. Her name was Ishmael. His name was Ishmael. And then after that, God gave him a second son from his wife, Sarah. And that one was Isaac. And God had his covenant and blessing with him. And in the Bible, you will see that when Hagar was pregnant and she wanted to run away, God told him that, no, go back to your owners and you will have a son. And he will be donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against him. He will live in hostility towards all his brothers. And the Muslims are coming from the bloodline of Ishmael. So this whole thing, it's a big lie. And how much money they have taken from all the people when they're going for hajj and all that. It was mind-blowing. I had to, like, even still, and, like, that's, like, I don't know what to say. It's something that it's just full of a lot of mix and match from different religions and stuff. Anyway, so this is right in front of you, and you all of you have Google, Google. My father didn't make Google. You can research all these things afterwards as well. Go. Okay, the next part is God in Islam versus God in Christianity. So in Islam, everything is written before you. Not a leaf moves that God does not know about, or it doesn't move without the guidance of God. He is controlling everything. Then for me, the question was like, if God is commanding everything to happen, if he's in control of everything, then why he let bad things happen? Why would I be questioned? If God has written this for me, that I'm going to do this and that and the other, then why am I going to be answerable? What would I be judged at? But in Christianity, it's not that way. In Christianity, God is God the Father, the Creator, Father of the universe, who created everything, you, me, and everyone. And for example, your father, he will teach you how to walk, but he's not going to control you. Like, you can only walk 10 steps today towards the east, and you're not going to walk more than that, and you can only go there, here, and there. No, it's not that way. God has given us free will. That's why he doesn't interfere. He lets you do good or bad, is your choice. That's why there will be judgment, because there is no control. He has not written everything for you. He has gifted you with everything like a good father. And he's not going to interfere until you ask him to come and help you and sort this out for you. He will let you do things in your own way. And that's why, like, he's the Father God. And that's why the punishment as well will be like, you're not going to punish a 5-year-old child, give the 5-year-old child same punishment that you will give a 25-year-old men, because they think differently, they understand things differently. So if someone is very weak and never had the resources compared to someone who has very strong will and who had all the resources, what decisions they made, so the judgment becomes really complicated. So that's the view of God as a Father, caring, loving, Creator, compared to all-controlling, strict Punisher. Let's continue. Then comes the Holy Book. So when growing up, you as in a Muslim country, you are taught that God wrote 4 books, like Torah, Zabur, Injil, Quran, Majid. God wrote these 4 divine books, and you have to believe in all of them and follow all of them, and especially Quran. And you can see the number of verses and the sizes. So Tanakh is the old one, like the Torah, which have the story of all the prophets, like from Adam starting, Moses, Noah, and all their stories, their life is there. And then when the Bible comes, the New Testament, the story of Jesus and disciples and everything, that is in Bible. Quran is really small compared to what was given in these 2. It took like mix and match, and there is lots of folk stories and stuff in it as well, but it should be bigger. But because it contradicts a lot to the stuff which was said in the other 2, that's why they didn't add it. So when the New Testament came, it was added to the Old Testament and it became the Bible, but Quran was not added to it because they didn't agree on a lot of stuff. It was not like a continuation of the same thing. Secondly, that's one thing that blew my mind, was that in Quran is like Jibreel came, he told Muhammad, Iqra this and that, and he wrote everything, and everything was told by an angel. So this is a book of God, that he told everything to write and stuff. So this is like the author is God, because he told everything that should be written in that book and what should be there. All the verses came from divine. But in Bible, they do not make such claim. It's a word of God because the prophets wrote it. It's their story. They're saying like, okay, we were traveling, like Moses, like I was going, and then I saw this fire burning, and I talked to him, and then God told me that it's God, and I should go and do. So this is the experiences. Prophets wrote their story, their journey, and their experiences with God, and that becomes the Bible. And the Psalms where you read when they are praising God, it's the prophets, because how much they love God and what they have experienced after talking to him or after seeing him or all these miracles and stuff. It's their heartfelt poetry that a human is doing for the God. It's not God saying, I'm all merciful. It's the people are saying, God, you are so merciful. You are so amazing. It's from the heart of the prophet. The book has not been dictated. Bible has not been dictated. It's the people wrote it. That was like, for me, it was mind blown. Okay. It's a human written book about God. Not God writing a book. And it is amazing because yes, there could be some errors because human wrote it. It's not going to be like 100% accurate scientifically. No, there will be some error because humans wrote it. That's why it starts from Adam and Eve. It doesn't start from dinosaur and stuff because it's a story of humans. Life of humans based on what they experienced and heard and saw and stuff. So things make a lot more sense when you see it this way. I'll let that settle in for a minute. Okay. I can go into more detail about all of them, but if you see a short summary, I think I will discuss this separately. I'll discuss that. This needs full video for itself. Anyway, so if you are a Christian, your war is against yourself. So your war against your greed, sin, pride, lust. So you're working on yourself. It's like our war is not with flesh, with principalities and powers. You try to be a better person every day. You try to be like Jesus every day. You are at war with yourself to polish yourself, to become good, to follow Christ so you can see him one day. That's your whole journey. Like, whole struggle is within. In Islam, you are at war with Kafir, with Jews, with Christians, with Hindus, with atheists. You are at war with everyone. You know why? Because devil wants you to get rid of everyone. And that's why the hatred comes from. Anyway, I will end this video. I would like to say one more thing, that I'm here to share the truth with you, to share with you my learning and my research with you. You believe, you do not believe, I don't care. Nothing to do with me. It's your life, your faith. I'm just trying to show you the truth, put it in front of you, so you can make a sound decision and sound judgment. May God bless everyone and guide everyone, you and me and everyone. I don't think that I know everything, but I will just share as much as I know and whatever I know. And you can choose whatever you want. Stay happy and blessed. Until next time, please like, share and subscribe because I want the message to spread. Bye.